So guys, don't you think it's amazing when we see every single player in this position, all the past champions, seeing these 1, 2, 3 fingers of the glove hand here? I just think it's amazing that this isn't a position that we're all trying to get into all the time, like when we're playing golf. What we're seeing with amateur golfers is we see them casting, because casting the club helps them square, so they flip. So they can't handle the angle because they don't really have the hand motion here. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's here, but they don't really have enough rotation, so they flip to rotate, pause, and stand up and get around this area here.
So people, the less angle that you have here coming down, the earlier that the club head touches the ground before it touches the ball. Fat shots, thin shots, no speed, lack of compression, and early extension. In fact, it makes ball striking, or consistent ball striking, simply impossible. So guys, the more lag you have coming down, the bigger and better the angle that you have coming down, the faster you'll have to rotate your forearms, hands and wrists to accommodate that, to get in this perfect position here through the ball, this checkpoint where the world's best ball strikers are. From here it's a no-brainer. Compression, speed, consistency of strike, it just makes the game easier. Unfortunately here we see it already breaking down with the handicap 6. Unconsciously he's already started to cast, flip, dump lag, lose angles to help him square the face because of the insufficient amount of hand and wrist and forearm rotation through the golf ball here. We can see that the glove hand's on top, the chicken wing effect, all characteristics of too little rotation with the hands, forearms and wrists, and it progressively breaks down as we go through the levels. This is really the truth to the amateur golfer. No shaft lean, scraping along the ground, making it really difficult to hit clean, consistent shots.
So people, there's an easier way to swing. There's a more powerful and freer way to swing the golf club, and it's really the modern way to swing, guys. Now, it's got amateurs baffled. Looking at how these wrists really work, from certain angles we get a little bit fooled, but we have the data. We have the information. Dr. Robert Neal from WorldClassGolf.com. We know what the hands and the wrists are doing. This is evidence-based material, freeing up your swings to create power, speed, shaft lean, and improve your all-round ball striking. There's one drill, people, coming up here. Really want to see if you can do this drill. It's a game changer. Let's get stuck into some feels, some drills to help you finally get your golf in the right direction and improve your ball striking and on the path of playing your best golf.
So people, have a look at the plane here, how that's working, right? Learning that the hands, the plane, the through swing. Look at that lead wrist, how extended, right wrist flex. Now this is the way to really pick up your lag angles, right? Increasing angles coming down here. So that last split second, we're going to release this club head past the golf ball. This is a great feel here, right? We're going to keep the club face down. All right, so we're going to move it into a 3-knuckle grip so you can see the logo. Keep the club pointed down. See that face? You're not seeing the logo here. And then when you move through the golf ball, we're going to point the logo up. All right, so we're going to get the logo down, and then we're going to get the logo pointed up. Absolutely ripped that. This is a great way. It's just a drill, and it's just a great way to get the feeling of face down, face up, and releasing it underneath. Once again, faces down, pointing it down, and then we're going to release it up. Now, can you see the club head? It's almost like Scotty Scheffler, how he moves through the golf ball, how he doesn't roll the face over. Now, if you've got really great wrist alignments on the way back, if you've got that logo down, you can release this more under. See what my lead wrist is doing there? All right, you've got your shaft lean, but we're releasing it underneath. Once again, just little half swings here, people. Faces pointed down, and then we're going to get this club head just to release under. Really got great compression on that. And you can see the fingers here, see the fingers of the lead hand? What a wonderful drill that is. And just to illustrate that a little bit more effectively, 3-knuckle grip, keep the face down, and point this club head, or point the logo, I should say, point it up, and you're getting yourself on a fantastic plane here through the golf ball, keeping your neck tilt through the ball. And really, this is a great way to create so much effortless power and speed in your swing. So guys, let's jump off the couch and try this. Have a look at this, right? Have a look at this position. I'm not kidding you. Have a look where my lead wrist is in relationship to the right. And they're both touching, right? Now, this is what I want you to do. get yourself into this position here. Now when we swing back, all right, I want you to get the feeling that you're cocking the wrists, you're bringing them back, and the right wrist is going to have a lot of angle in it. Have a look at the professional next to me. As I swing back and I'm coming down, have a look at that right wrist. See that position on the right of the screen there? That's the wrist position that I want. And then through the golf ball, I want to get this position here. Have a look at the professional on the right side of the screen. See how his hands are moving? So this is your drill. This is just to create some awareness, right? This is how you pick up your speed. This is what the hands are really doing, guys. All right, get your hands like this. All right, get that inside of this lead hand touching the inside of the right wrist. Swing back, swing through. And you're going to get this whipping effect. See how my hands are moving? And you can just get a feeling then of what your hands are doing on the way back. We can get this angle right and we can start to really get this club head to swing and release, getting this lead hand to move in extension, picking up your speed, helping you get your shaft lean and just freeing up your entire motion.
So people, right, let's just have a quick listen here to David Duval, ex-#1 player in the world and 13-time winner on the PGA Tour and British Open champion. Let's have a quick listen to what he says about the release.
And he said, all right, now throw it directly behind you into the fence. I'm like, come on. He goes, no, trust me. If you try to roll, you're not going to do it particularly successfully. But if you get your hands going this way, getting the right going under the left, you can throw it behind you and see where my wrist is?
I bet you can.
Again, watch where my wrist is, okay? And the face is still square.
Now, I think this is really interesting how Fred Couples talks about releasing the club head past the ball. For everybody out there, to get the timing, we always get a lot of questions, when do we do this? We're releasing it past the golf ball here. Let's have a listen to what Fred has to say. This is very, very interesting.
Get the club up here. I clear my hips, but I release the club going down the line. But when I say release, I don't hold on this way. Otherwise, you're going to hit it a mile to the right. So if you can learn to clear your hips a little bit and let the club go down the line and release it towards the ball, not back here where you're doing this. So there's a point where I think about once I make contact, then I feel like I'm releasing the club. So it'll be what I call past the ball. So once again, for me, I get the club back, and once I come down here, I'm clearing, and my point of release is actually at the ball, not back here. You're holding your angle. Once I get here, I go at it with pretty much, it doesn't look like it, but I go at it with everything I have.
So hi guys, if you liked the video, please consider giving us a thumbs up. It helps us reach more people. Thank you. So people, you can see these three fingers here. I've got a great drill here. It just frees up your entire motion here. It's going to enable us to bring in, hold on to bigger angles, which will help our impact position, your angle of attack, rather than this, which is squaring up the face for you, right? Because your release just isn't quite good enough, so you have to use some of this to square up, and then we're dumping the lag and having issues. This is a great way to feel it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a bit of a checkpoint through here. See the fingers? You can still see a large part of the arm. So if I turn to level when I do this, right? Pay attention. If I turn to level, I'm in trouble. The natural tendency here when we use a little bit of rotation or right wrist flexion is to use the tricep and the shoulder. We've got to stay down and create separation. So we've got to get ourselves to rotate without coming out of it. That's number one. Right, let's have a look how we can do this. And the checkpoint is halfway, around halfway, maybe a bit further, around about this area here. I want to encourage the right wrist moving into a flex position as it encourages rotation, but there's always going to be rotation in your hands and your wrist. Now, if you keep yourself on the side, if you understand what I'm saying here, it gives you something to release against. If you're already up here and you start to work on your release, you'll hit it left, all right? I'm gonna show you something else just in a second to help improve your lag. Now, we're gonna grip it nice and loose, all right? We're just gonna do a little half swing, but what you're gonna see through the golf ball here, all right, when I swing through, you can see those three fingers here. I've freed up that release. Have a look at this. All right, now they've gone a really long way, even though I'm just chipping them away because of the speed in the hands and the wrists. Now, obviously we're seeing a lot of amateurs somewhere around here, not quite the way that we're looking to do it. When you do hit a couple left here, what I want you to do Because most people that start to work, if you've always had a bit of an early sort of casting effect to help you square up the face, right, to help you square it up, if you start to release it, you might get a little bit closed. So what we need to do is be able to get the swoosh, the energy, not here, not here, more here. And just by thinking something so basic, like the energy, like Justin Rose said, 30 centimeters out in front of the ball is where the club swooshes. By doing that, you create lag. You can't think about huge angles and things, and it's got to move in one motion. So if you do hit a few left, consider this. The speed of the club, when it's at its highest point, it's going to be feeling like it's out here. All right? Now, if I go a little earlier, you can see it. See that move? Doesn't quite look right. If I can hold on to those angles, get the grip up, get this thing coming in, this is a great way. So guys, if you do hit a few left working on your rotation, get the feeling that it's almost like painting a wall here, where we start to get the paintbrush, we start to get the energy in the right place, and then we can move through the ball and just chip them away and just hit them like that. So free and powerful. Great way to improve, great drill to improve your hand and your wrist motion and your all-round swing.
It's amazing that something so basic, so simple, is completely overlooked by nearly every single amateur player out there. This position at the top of your swing reveals whether you have used your hands or your wrists correctly. And what it is getting the end of the grip to point to the target before the hands are behind the head. This really gives us effortless speed and power. We know that we've released the club correctly. Amateur golfers are just hanging on to it for so long, and they get themselves into really awkward positions here at the top of the swing. Let's have a look, guys, here, because every single amateur player is in this position. I know you're in this position, and I know that you've never looked at it. Now let's have a look at a way how we can really free up a checkpoint, a major checkpoint here in your through swing to help all your angles and create a much better delivery in the downswing and into the back of the ball.
So guys, right, what an amazing exercise this. I've been using this recently with my clients, some of the older players. It's absolutely unbelievable. I've been using it with tour professionals, 60-year-old, 70-year-old people, seeing them hit the ball 20 meters, 25 meters further after swinging the rope about 10 times. I'm not kidding you. When you film it, right, when you look at people's swing, it just looks so much better in slow motion. It's like they learn how to swing the end of the...
The most extraordinary thing about this exercise is when the rope lands on your back, it gives you time. It's like a slight pause. It's like everything collects at the top. The next remarkable thing is the hand movement and how it helps us hit positions like unbelievable golfers and helps us create lag and helps us create a free-flowing swing as we see like angles coming, insane angles coming down like couples. It really just closing your eyes, swinging up and feeling that rhythm and that beat to the swing and how it frees up everything. Such an amazing exercise for advanced golfers. Now, not only is this exercise fantastic for advanced players, right, creating great sequence and time in your swing, but also for the normal club player that tends to sort of start with the right shoulder and gets a little bit stiff through the golf ball. What the rope does is it really helps them learn to swing the end of the golf club, and they sort of run into much better positions so they can close your eyes and sort of feel really what your unconscious mind wants to rather than the grip pointing down. We start to get the grip pointing up, and the body will often follow what the hands are doing. So when we're a bit stiff, the body just won't move into the positions that are after. What a magnificent drill. What a magnificent exercise to really create feel.
Voted Best Swing Analysis and Best Online Instruction by several independent surveys. World-class golf instruction is transforming thousands of golfers at every skill level. Do not miss out. This video platform has over 1,400 videos and 85 separate masterclass series. The most structured and detailed video platform ever created. Improving golfers on average between 4 and 11 shots. Join the chat room and join the community of world-class golf instruction. This is golf instruction that you've never seen before. The proven PGA corridors, factual evidence-based material. Unleash your true potential with the cutting-edge swing analysis technology. Experience the thrill of progress with the state-of-the-art practice programs and specialized golf fitness plans. Best information available.